Hey, Shop.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey. I'm actually doing something real quick right now. Let me just get an email out and then I'm ready to talk.
Okay, no worries.
All right. Um, let me take a quick bio break, dude. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. I am ready.
All right. How's it going?
Good, dude. Just freaking trying to figure this out. Basically there's like a bunch of like unstructured data in a PDF that I'm trying to convert to a CSV, and it's just been taking me literally days, and it's absolutely brutal. Um, have you ever done something like that before?
Um, Not really. Not at least I don't recall doing that
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Um, that's right. We don't have to talk about that, but effectively, effectively, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create like an outbound sequence for these customers. Um, and I need to like scrape a website to do so. Or sorry, scrape like a list of contacts to do so, and like scrape this PDF document for um, these fields that contain a part of the naming convention for these emails so that I can send it to this email and to another, like that contact list that I scraped from the internet, um whether it's like Apollo or whatever else, using like N8N or Make, um, and then send those outbound emails either using GHL or, at least record and log responses uh, through that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and trying to, what I'm trying to focus on. I feel like I'm kind of just like brain dumping right now, but I feel like, sales and marketing is the biggest, like the highest ticket items, right? Use cases that I can tackle. And of those, I'm trying to figure out A, what industry makes the most sense for me to do this in. B, is sales and marketing the only use case, or are there other use cases that I can tackle that are highest ticket? And C, um, yeah, what portions, what tools should I use to do these things, right? I think last time you were correct in establishing the fact that using GHL as the main engine, like that's smart. And I think, I'm gonna need a CRM at some point for clients. So having that as having that's necessary. Um, but yeah, I think that the industry that I'm choosing to be able to niche down and target specific use cases, um, and also trying to um trying to like make sure that I can create productized offers if I'm creating this stuff outside of GHL, so that this business actually can be scalable is kind of like what I'm focusing on right now, or trying to focus on for this first implementation at least. So I know there's going to be some custom stuff that I do for each customer, right? Each client. But ultimately the goal is to make this productized so that you know, I can sell this again and again with
Right.
minimal customization per customer. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of the stage that I'm at right now.
Got it. Okay. Um, yeah, I think so. I can give you a frame of reference, or give you my perspective as far as what we're offering and this what that entails and how you can kind of model yours or take that feedback and model yours accordingly, or you know, go do something completely different. So for through CAS, we're offering a growth and ops package, and that includes, I'm calling it the 4A framework, just for ease of describing it or for people to remember it. So they get ads, automation, AI agents, and assistants, meaning like a virtual assistant, like an actual human.
Hmm.
So GHL is handling the second two of that, the automation and the AI agents. Ads is basically the strategy or the actual up, like the campaign that we're building out through my consulting agency, and then the assistance is what I'm offering through my VA agency. So that's the whole like all in package. We have a downsell option to that, which is just the VA and the CRM. And then the very lowest downsell, which is just foot in the door, low ticket offer, is just the CRM. So for that highest ticket offer, I'm offering it at $59.97 a month, and that includes ad spend.
Interesting. So it's $6,000 for setup
No, it's $6,000 per month,
per
and that
month.
includes ad spend. The setup is, we're still kind of like working the pricing on that between like 2,000 and 3,000. Probably will land somewhere around 2,500.
Why not focus all of your time on only customers that will purchase the $6,000 plan?
That is the goal, at least now, with outbound or any sort of marketing networking efforts on my part. Um, if clients come in that are just looking for the CRM, I can hand that off to a virtual assistant and get them set up and have it be pretty hands off on my part. So most of my actual time and effort will be going towards those 6K package offers.
Gotcha. How much is the 4A framework productized? Or do you have to do
Um,
bespoke implementations for each customer at the moment?
it is, I would say, it's pretty productized in the sense that I am pretty hands off. I can hand off each of the individual components to a virtual assistant or a team member that's running most of it. Like the virtual assistant part, we have our ops manager. She handles all of the screening, training, onboarding, stuff like that. So that's pretty taken care of. Um, The ads part of it right now, it's more so that's probably the part where we need to productize it or organize it a little bit more. Um, that it's basically my girlfriend Savannah that's handling the ads campaign build out, and so we need to develop a little bit more, better SOPs and figure out how to streamline that as much as possible.
What are you using to run ads for customers?
So if it's a professional services company, it's more likely to be on LinkedIn versus if it's a home service business like a pressure washing or gutter cleaning, it'll more than likely be Google LSA.
I see. Okay. Um, and then like as far as like the platforms that you're using to like distribute these ads, configure them, all that kind of stuff, and track them, are you just using like LinkedIn's native features and Google's native features to do that?
Yes, it is. It's been pretty native heavy, and then connecting them into GHL and using them to capture the leads and track it. But there is a new, I say new, but it's been around probably for 3, 4 months at this point. Ads Manager feature that GHL launched themselves, and that's a resell tool. So I think they offer it to you for free, and then you can just include it as an add-on that your customers can upgrade into for like whatever price point you set. And so
Gotcha.
that's for more for them. Um, well, you can offer it as a DIY option for them for they just opt into it and they manage it themselves, or you could upcharge them for the feature and then manage it and charge us a management fee as well.
Have you ever thought about like creating, Zapier N8N make workflows for that ads part?
What would
Like
be an example of integration that you build with that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about like more high level. If because I don't even know the first thing about running ads. Like I've never run an ad in my life.
Got
But
it.
but like I'm saying is there an opportunity to like parts in parts of the operation like automate some of those processes or
Oh yeah,
create
I mean,
an offer to give to a client where they can it's basically an ads manager.
um, I'd have to look, like think a little bit more into that as far as what the N8N application for that would be, but um, the integration between, let's say, Facebook, if you're running ads there, or Google ads there, and into GHL is actually pretty well done. So I can build a Google ad campaign, um, and have it set up so that when someone searches, it directs them to the search results pop up. They get directed to the landing page, and connecting Google's ad manager into the sub account GHL, it it automatically creates those opportunities and it has a pretty good job of pulling them into the CRM. And then from there, you can use that to trigger whatever workflows natively in GHL. If there's a completely different tool that you want it to also connect into, like if you want it to dump into an Excel sheet, that's probably where an N8N could come into play.
Mhm.
Or if you want it to create a ClickUp task or message in Slack, that's probably where an N8N would come into play as well.
Makes sense. Okay. Um, Interesting. How did you land on those four offers? Was it just like because you were, yeah, like how did you land on those four offers? Like the 4A framework?
I mean, it honestly just came through testing and offering it to clients, and even after implementing certain like one-off pieces of it, that feedback that we got as far as like, hey, you're handling the CRM for me, but I don't want to necessarily deal with it. Or hey, you're handling ads for me. I don't know where these leads are going. Can you like, do you have something to track them? And so when you're like offering individual components of it, there's other pain points that they're still facing. And so this was basically the way of just giving everything to them and making sure that they can just focus on running the business.
I see. Interesting. So it's more so just like, customer feedback that you got from talking to a bunch of clients over time.
Yeah.
and you were seeing like these recurring pain points and challenges in very
Yeah.
specific areas. You're like, okay, let me just create an offer for this.
Yeah. That combines all of them.
Interesting. Okay. Um, okay. I still strongly think that like offer like having a niche to offer, creates a more scalable business, right? Um, but I think, that may be a conversation for a different time, maybe off this call.
Yeah. I mean, like at the end of the day, it really depends on would you rather have three clients at 6K each, or would you rather have, 50 clients at 100 each?
Yeah,
Or, what combination or what's the bandwidth that you want to take on? How, like, what's your risk appetite as far as like if I lose one of those three clients at 6K, that's a huge dent in my revenue versus if I lose one of my 60 customers, it's like a drop in the bucket.
right.
And
Right.
so that's why I've kind of come to this balancing point where I have, 50 plus at 150 each. And then on top of that, I'd like to take on 4 to 5 high ticket clients. So that there's a mixture of low ticket and high ticket coming in.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense, man.
So,
Cool. I do have to hop to prep for another call, but I appreciate you, dude. And um, yeah, sorry, is there anything like that you wanted to cover in particular today?
um, no, I think just, let me know where you need help as part of like sales calls. Um,
I
yeah.
appreciate, I appreciate you. I mean, right now what I'm doing is like mostly just Apollo reach out. Like that's the only avenue that I'm taking. I'm just like I basically just created like an outbound email campaign. Maybe I can just send you some of that copy and have you just look at it and see like, hey, is this good or not?
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Um, but that's pretty much it. I should probably like be targeting other platforms and other, areas, but um, yeah, let me think of like all those other channels that I need and want to prospect into. And yeah, I'll send you some copy, but let me know on your end too, man, how I can be of help.
Yeah. Oh, so actually, one thing just kind of came into my mind. We're offering the 4A framework, and we're kind of offering this packaged up like high ticket offer. Um, and I've been looking to bring on commission only agents. Um, what we could do, if you're interested, is you could run sales or do sales and kind of build your own book under that. And all the CRM component of it, we could, instead of using Lead Buddy for that, for any clients that you bring on, we onboard them into your CRM. You capture all the SaaS revenue for that, and then you would also get a percentage of the broader package. So that way, it's kind of like a win-win. You start building out your GHL agency, and then you also have an opportunity to uh, build out a high ticket commission as well.
I'm very interested. Let's talk tomorrow, man, or today.
Okay.
That actually sounds super interesting to me. Um, and to be honest, like I think that's where I probably excel the most, right? Is obviously sales, like in taking
Yeah.
sales calls, converting customers. But um, yeah, I mean the other stuff that I do want to learn is like domain specific stuff, which I think like will be the huge value here for me.
Okay.
Um, and on the side, like what I'm trying to do is like also learn as much of these tools as possible so that I can, because ultimately my goal, like we've talked about this, right, is like to create a scalable business that, scales regardless of not that's not linear with my time.
Right.
Um, and yeah, um, I think this will just help me kind of like think about that a lot more as
Right.
well. So yeah, dude, I'm very interested. I'm happy to talk today. I can text you. Let me shoot you a text.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, Shaf. Thanks so
All right.
much.
Yeah, of course.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you soon. Cheers.
Catch you later.